Hey there. So in the last video, we talked about networking and building a professional network in Switzerland. Now, very often when we talk about these topics, we forget that we do this for a purpose. And I would like you now to remind yourself of your networking purpose. What are the main reasons why building a professional network is actually something you would like to do and you will enjoy doing going forward? And if you haven't found your purpose yet, there are some methods to think about that. Create a vision board, start to journal about it, or maybe discuss it with me in a coaching session. So let's assume that you have found your purpose of why you want to build a professional network. And then you can start to think about a few more methods. So one of the things you could think about is, how can I reach people online and then invite them to an activity that is an offline activity, but would help them do something that they would like to do anyway. So, for example, for the longest time, I did not get enough exercise. So if you wanted to catch me, there are two ways. I love to eat, so you could, invite me to a lunch, for example, to get a download from my brain, from whatever you need from me. Another thing would be to say, hey, why don't we go for a lake walk? And that can be a very effective way to meet someone. Yeah. So suggest, for example, to go for a walk or go for a hike. Now, obviously, that needs to be somebody that you already know. You don't ask a stranger if they want to go on a 9-hour hike with you. But I think you get the gist. Yeah. So think about things that people would like to do more of and don't get enough of, and invite them to do exactly that. It could also be cultural events. Join me for a comedy show or a live concert or jazz music. Come to the theater with me. Or, I always want to go to the art museum, but I never think about it. So invite them to come to the launch of the next exhibit at the Kunsthaus in Zurich. So that could be all ideas to do offline. Some people have kids, so maybe, they would like to enjoy activities where the kids can come along, like the zoo, for example, or the Technorama in Winterthur, which is amazing for children. Then you could also think about sharing a themed meal. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in a restaurant. If you feel, for example, currently, you're maybe out of budget because you're looking for a job, and maybe you come from an interesting country, you could cook some of your local food and give it to them over lunch on a bench. So think about some offline methods that would be helpful to build a stronger connection with someone and invite them to this activity. Now go and get started. I look forward to seeing your results.